Hey, so today I'm going to teach you guys all to make the ultimate, the very best chocolate chip cookies that you've ever had. But there's some secrets special to mine that makes them the best. So I'm going to start by telling you everything you're going to need. But the number one thing that you're going to need tonight is you're going to need different bowls. So one of the biggest reasons that sometimes cookies, especially chocolate chip homemade cookies, don't turn out is that people don't separate the wet ingredients from the dry ingredients. It really does make a big difference. So I usually get 2 bowls. Some people divide it up into 3. It's up to you, but make sure you're separating the wet ingredients from the dry ingredients. Okay, let's go over what we're going to need. We're going to need Crisco, but make sure you get the butter flavored, because butter just makes everything taste better. Next, you're going to need your brown sugar. Then you're going to need milk, vanilla extract, 1 egg, a cup of flour. 1 cup and 3/4 of flour, and 1 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and then you're going to use half a bag of chocolate chips, or you can measure it out to 1 cup. I just use half the bag because it works out great. So we're gonna start. So the first thing you're gonna need to do is walk over here to your oven and set it to 375. So mine's all set, ready to go. So next, I want you guys to put all your wet ingredients into your KitchenAid. If you don't have a KitchenAid, that's okay. A hand mixer will work. A whisk will work. It's just a lot harder. And I'm a lucky college student, and I got this when I got married. Not everyone's that lucky. So let's start by cutting your Crisco and getting your 3/4 cup in there. I've already got mine in there. I've got my brown sugar in there. Make sure that when you're measuring out your brown sugar that it's packed tight, so you get all the brown sugar that you need. So put your 1 1/4 cup of brown sugar in there, and then your 2 tablespoons of milk, your tablespoon of vanilla, and then crack your egg and put it in there. So then when you get all that in there, you're gonna want to I only mix mine for about 30 seconds. You don't want to over mix it because then it gets too moist or too watery. But if you accidentally do that, it's not going to make or break your cookies. They might just be a little flatter. So maybe a minute, maybe 30 seconds to get that all mixed up. So in a separate bowl, you want to put your 1 3/4 cups of flour in there. And also make sure it's packed tight and flat right there. And you put that in there. And then you're going to need a teaspoon of salt, which I already got in there. And then you also need a 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda in there. And then you want to mix that all up before you ever put it in there. Okay? You want to make sure that you mix that up before you put it in there, because then you get everything evenly into your cookies. Because if you don't mix it up beforehand, you get one cookie that has a big glob of baking soda, or one cookie that has a big glob of salt, and you just don't want that. Okay, so then once this is all mixed up, you will slowly pour in your dry ingredients, okay? After that, you'll put it, and after you've got that all mixed up, then you'll pour in your cup of chocolate chips, or half the bag. And then you'll get out your cookie sheet and get about golf ball size cookies in a row on your cookie sheet. You slip them in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes, and I guarantee you will have the best cookies. They're really, really good right out of the oven, kind of gooey warm. But even if you put them in a baggie and eat them the next day, they're still delicious, I promise. So just to recap, I want to go over the ingredients one more time. So you need 3/4 cup of Crisco. Then you need 1 1/4 cups of firmly packed brown sugar. Then you need 2 tablespoons of milk, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, 1 egg, and 1 3/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Don't forget your chocolate chips. I like semi-sweet, I think, for my cookies. So, also, if your cookies are flat for any reason, sometimes if you're in higher altitude, you need to put a little extra flour. You'll figure that out. You can always comment and ask me any questions that you have. Thank you for joining me and learning how to make the best cookies that you will ever have. Have a good night.